Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode. Today I'm going to teach you an unscripting method that's going to help you to sound super natural and also like you know what you're talking about so you can build an audience of people that love your stuff. I've been using this method for the past 15 years, since 2009, for things like cooking videos, vlogs, workout videos, and now for my business and prosperity content. And I'm really excited to offer this to you. This is just pure gold. And by the end of this video, you're gonna have everything you need to just sound super natural and to script/unscript your videos. It wouldn't be a Brenda Turner video if I didn't start with the mindset stuff. If you think about this as a dream job that maybe less than 1% of people actually succeed at, which is about right. 95% of all online businesses and all businesses fail. And everybody wants to be like a basketball player or, a movie star or now a content creator because it's a dream job. You're getting paid to do what you love for a living. And if you think about this like a job and you actually take it seriously, you will be in that 1%, but not a lot of people succeed because not a lot of people are willing to do what I'm going to teach you in today's episode. They're not willing to show up and do the work. Not a lot of people are willing to show up and practice basketball like Michael Jordan did for obsessively for 50 hours a week. And Kobe Bryant would stay up till 4 a.m. watching basketball replays. Not a lot of people are out here thinking about and writing what their content's going to be and really putting their whole heart and soul into it. A lot of people are out here trying to cut corners, being lazy with it. And it's just the simple, honest to goodness, great news for you who landed on my video on my channel, because if you're on my video and on my channel and you're a subscriber to me, I'll be damned if you're going to leave one of my videos not way better off than I found you. And if you dedicate and commit yourself to making this your job and you treat it like a job, you're going to succeed. You're going to be able to show the world the precious diamond that you are. And you're going to actually be able to give your gifts and talents in a way that really contributes. And as such, you're going to make a lot more money than you probably ever imagined. So when you go into any of my videos, by the way, my cooking videos, my earliest cooking videos, I've always used a process I'm going to share with you. You can hear that I sound natural, like I haven't been practicing, like I haven't been reading from a teleprompter. What do we do if we're not using our carbohydrates on the days we just want to relax and we don't want to exercise a bunch? We have sides like this, the low glycemic, super nutrient rich, low carb side dishes. And you can also hear that I sound like I know what I'm talking about, like there's a cohesiveness to it. And that's because I'm actually following a framework that I'm going to give you today called the unscripting process. And I'm coining that term. I'm pretty sure I made that term up. If somebody else had made that term up, I have not heard it before. So I'm calling it unscripting, basically going to help you to not sound like you're reading from a script. If anybody who's clicked out of the video so far, they're not meant to receive what I'm about to give you. So what I'm about to give you is a scripting template. The scripting template, I put this together for this video specifically. I was so excited to make this episode for you. I created this from my own process. So each box takes you through the method that I use. And after you do this for a couple weeks, you'll be able to just flow through this whole process like nothing. So you can get this at the link in the description bar. Go ahead and swipe this script template, and we're going to go through it together in this video. You can reprint this every single time that you're making a video. Just follow this template and you won't be steered wrong. You're going to take this template and you're going to sit down and you're going to actually fill it out. And you're going to be one of the 1% of creators who actually takes the time to suss out an idea for your videos. I'm calling it unscripting because scripting, the purpose of a script is so that you memorize your lines and memorize it word for word. I don't recommend you worry about writing out a script and then memorizing it word for word. The reason that we do this is so that we can get intimately familiar with the idea we're about to talk about, so that we memorize the key points and any taglines, any quotes, any phrases, anything that we want to actually talk about in the video. So today's video and all of my videos, I have a framework. I have a framework for the idea that I'm going to be delivering. And that's what the unscripting process is. So let me walk you through this in a very simple way. The element number one that we're going to cover is the beginning, the opening. Some people are calling this the hook nowadays. The opening of your video must contain a reconfirmation of the promise you made in your headline. Hey guys, it's Brenda Turner from BrendaTurner.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make coconut yogurt. This coconut yogurt is so easy. This comes off the table. You're going to literally write out on the script template, you're going to write out the opening. How would you like to open your video? Opening being, today you are going to learn XYZ, or today I'm going to teach you XYZ, or in this free training, I'm going to teach you XYZ, or today we're going to have an adventure where I'm going to take you to XYZ. What I do is I literally open my word processor that I use and I type in, you can see every script for every video I've ever filmed at BrendaTurner.com/blog. I literally type in, even for today's episode, I typed in today's episode, I'm going to teach you how to speak. How to use a scripting process so that you can speak super naturally in front of the camera and build an audience of people that love your content. And then from there, we build credibility. Now, credibility is, when you hear that word, you might think, uh-oh, I don't have any certifications, or it doesn't matter. What I mean by credibility is, why should somebody listen to you about this? This is actually very helpful for your people. We want to always let them know our own journey and how we came to learn what we're talking about. Because if I'm just going to sit here and tell you a scripting method for YouTube, and I don't let you know, hey, by the way, I've been doing this for 15 years, that helps you to trust me. That helps you to know that I know what I'm talking about. So make sure that you're putting your credibility in there in the beginning. So this could be books you've read. This could be how many hours you've spent studying this stuff. This could be an anecdote, a quick little anecdote about how you came to learn this stuff. You could start the video with a quick anecdote. I use everything I'm going to teach you in today's video to lose 70 pounds in 1 year and to completely cut sugar out of my life. Do you see? That builds credibility. So all of this takes about 30 seconds to maybe a minute, maybe less. It could take even like 20 seconds. And then the next part of your unscripting process is you're going to actually fill in some key points. So I want you to just basically brain dump the key points of your video. So what I do is I come to the computer and I literally type out the opening, what I just said to you. Hey, in today's episode, I'm going to teach you how to XYZ. Then I stop typing like a script and I actually start typing just key points. So I put in a little box here that says key helpful points. Key helpful points, that's right here. I put 5 in here because my own personal opinion is that 5 is about the limit. You could also feel free to just put 1 or 2 or 3 points. If we do more than 5, it ends up cluttering the video. But if we have 5 cohesive points, that's a good amount too. So just write down 5 key points. And here's the secret. You could leave it there. And if you know these points very well, you could just riff on these points. And that is a very valid use of this unscripting method that I'm offering today. I'm going to keep going. There's a lot more to it, but we can stop there in terms of like the actual writing process. If you're not a big fan of writing, you don't have to do anything further than have some key points written out and just just a basic sentence or two. That's totally fine, especially if you know the topic like the back of your hand. But what I personally prefer to do is I take each point after I'm clear on all the points I want to cover, everything that's absolutely essential, limiting it to about 3 to 5 points. Then I take each point and I put a box, point 1, point 2, all the way to point 5. I take each point and I actually expand on it. And I write a couple sentences under each point in the script, in the quote unquote script that I'm dressing up. I'm actually taking each point. For instance, today, when I talked about the mindset stuff, I addressed the mindset, the key mindset of being, taking this seriously. And then in the writing process, as I was scripting this, there were some key points that I wanted to expand on. The mindset of being a paid speaker and how a paid speaker who's good actually prepares the things that they're going to speak about. See, this is stuff that I wouldn't have maybe had access to had I not sat down to think about these points. We're mining our brain for taglines, for cool metaphors, for different adornments of our ideas. Are there any stories you want to add to each point? You can adorn each point with whatever you would like to adorn it with. Now you got the end, the call to action I want you to consider the end of your video, unlike the ending that you see most people using. We're not going to wrap up the video. We're not going to say, okay, everybody, thanks so much for watching and like and subscribe and all of that stuff. We're not going to do that, because the minute you do that, people start getting up and they leave. We don't want people to leave your video. We want them to stick around on your beautiful channel so that they can listen to your beautiful content and so that you can keep helping your people. So at the end of the video, kind of almost abruptly, it's almost going to be like a rude interrupt. You're going to say, and if you want to learn about XYZ, you're going to watch this video here. And it's going to be something related and awesome. I also would like to mention, really important, if you are doing this as a full-time living, it's so important for you to learn how to monetize all this stuff. And so hopefully you have a way to monetize. And if you want to learn more about that, you can check out any one of my courses or programs at brendaturner.com/shop. You're folding in your call to action. That's a call to action throughout your video. Figure out where in your video would make the most sense to insert your products or services. This is really important because, again, we're here to help our people. And assuming that you are really here to help, that means you're going to have some products or services that are going to help them even further. You're going to want to talk about that in your video. So think about, and I put this in the script and the template, think about where you can mention your revenue call to action. Revenue call to action is not just about making money. Again, it's about helping your people. So think about in your video, where would be a good place to insert a call to action. And so these call to actions are placed in a way that makes sense. So this is another reason why scripting is so important. Okay. So now we have a general framework. You filled out the script, the template. If you don't have the template, you just follow along and type all this stuff out in longhand. Now you're going to actually read everything you wrote out loud. This is where the cream rises to the top. You're going to read your script out loud. Now it's not like, you can see there's different squares here, and it's not exactly like a script. It's a bunch of different components. Now what you've got, it's not a script like a Hollywood script. It's not a script like a television script. This is a framework. So what we've got here is we've got a couple key foundational things, key foundational elements for your video. So when you're reading this back, you're not trying to memorize a bunch of words. What you're trying to do is connect to the ideas and really get those ironed into your brain. And you're focused not so much on the words that you're going to be talking about. You're focused on the framework that you're offering your people. If you think about it as a framework instead of a script, that means you're never going to lose your place. That means that you've got a structure. It's almost like those bumper plates on in the bowling alley lanes. You've got some bumpers. You've got some key points. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to read it all out loud. Literally, you're going to read it all out loud. Okay. And then you're going to read it out loud once or twice. You're going to hear how it sounds. You're going to adjust it accordingly. You're going to cut out anything that doesn't really hit. And then you're going to leave it alone. Don't keep obsessing about reading it out loud. Then you're going to set the script aside and you're going to practice for the next 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours. Okay. Now this is exactly what I was just saying. This is why not a lot of people make it on YouTube, is because they're not willing to do this process. They're not willing to put in the work. They're not willing to turn pro, but you are. So what you're going to do is in the shower, you're going to be like this. You're going to be like, hey, everybody, welcome to my channel. In today's episode, I'm going to teach you, and then you're going to run through how you want to open it. Really practice the opener, see how it feels, see what you want to say until it feels right. Okay. And then you're going to move on to the next part. The way that I got to learn this is after my own such and such, blah, 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 special sauce, special sauce, special sauce. And then you're going to move on to the key points. You're going to be cooking dinner and you're going to say out loud, you're going to say, now the thing that I really want to convey to you is, and you're chopping your vegetables and you're practicing for about 24 to 48 hours. You're going to run through this out loud. And welcome to the crazy world of being a content creator, wherein you're talking to yourself all the time. You're going to catch a rhythm, and now you've practiced it. Now you have a key framework. And now when you turn the camera on, you've got some key frameworks, you've got a rough script, you've got the key points, And you've got anything that you'd like to add, any bells and whistles, any quotes, any stories. And so you're not memorizing word for word. You're building, again, one last time, you're building a framework of key points, taglines, phrases, stories, anecdotes that you've practiced, that you've become intimately aware of. And then you turn the camera on and you sound like a conversational genius. You see, it guides you through the process. I've got really great news. The Confident Creator, a lot of you guys are already members in the Confident Creator program. The Confident Creator, I just added a whole writing module in the Confident Creator. So if you're not yet a member of the Confident Creator program, if you thought today was helpful, there's a whole bunch more about the writing process. There's a huge module I just added. So those of you who already have the Confident Creator, go check your student portal. It's brand new, all in there. There's headline alchemy, there's subtitle alchemy, there's writing rules to live by. There's so many different key points. I went in depth in the writing process for all of this stuff. So hopefully you found today's video helpful. And if you want to dive deeper, go to brendaturner.com/cc to get the Confident Creator. And really important, if you want to be like an idea machine and you want to get into the creative flow and really make this a full-time living, you're going to want to check out the 6-figure writing process that I covered in depth here in this video.